Hey guys, Thomas from Team Sakuraso here, and I don't know if Yu-Gi-Oh players are just dumb, if I'm that smart, or if all they can see is droplets in Brothers of Legend. That's the only card that apparently exists in Brothers of Legends. There's no other cards at all, but there are so many good cards that you should be picking up, and that's what this video is for. So 5 cards to have from Brothers of Legends. Now before we start this video could get like 55 likes, that would be great. And let me know in the comment section below what other good picks there are, although I think I have the best picks, I'm not gonna lie. And if you're buying any of these cards off TCG Player, please use my affiliate link down in the description below. Helps out the channel to no additional cost to you, and consider being a YouTube channel member. And now with all that boring stuff out of the way, we're gonna start. Now the best penny stonk that I have seen, not of just this year, probably last year, and even the year before that possibly, is Shooting Star Dragon Ultra. Now, from what I actually just learned that this was in this set, even though I looked at the full spoiler list because I skimmed it. But this card, at lowest, was always at least a couple dollars, but it always rises throughout time because Shooting Star Dragon is a card that's not only kind of difficult to get, but it's an anime card. Everyone loves Shooting Star. And its original print being a Ghost, an Ulti, and an Ultra Rare, well, Star Strike Blast is non-existent, right? It just does not exist. And then you have the Tin Secret Rare, which getting a good condition is going to cost you quite a bit of money. And then even Ultras from Legendary Collection 5Ds are still like 10 something dollars. You know, 10, 11, 12. Right now, this card that is always, like, the lowest amount I have seen a Shooting Star for near mint at its time was about $5-6 maybe. This one's 50 cents. In fact, I saw 40 cents. I'm rounding up. 40 cents for a Shooting Star. This is a card that is, it's not even free money. It's just, if you buy this at full price right now for 40 cents, you're essentially robbing whoever sold it to you, alright? That's what the kids call a devious lick or whatever when they steal urinals and shit. 40 cents, if I were you guys, I would get a bunch of these as fast as possible because you could use this and you could probably sell this off for at least a couple bucks later on in the future. At least grab, since they're 40 cents, at least grab like 3 play sets. That's at least what I would recommend, so that's about, you know, $3.60. But honestly, if you want to put way more money in this card, say you want to put 20 bucks in this card, whatever that you know, whenever you guys see this video, how many copies that gets you, that's also a pretty good idea too. So whatever you guys choose to do, make your money however you see fit. Now the second card that I actually have here for the 5 cards I have from Brothers of Legends is Wing Requital. Now this card is actually really dumb, and while players are looking at it, I just feel like it's very cheap at $10. What it does is, if all monsters you control are Winged Beast monsters, and you control at least 2 monsters with different original names, so in any Winged Beast deck, this is essentially the easiest thing ever. Especially with how many extenders they have from like different archetypes, all that. Then you pay an entire 600 life points, which, you know, life points don't matter in this game, but the fact that it's only 600 is actually really funny to me. And you draw 2 cards, so it's a +1. It's essentially like playing, it's like Pot of Greed. It's literally Pot of Greed for Winged Beast, because the 600 life points actually does not matter at all. It's just the field, so unless they don't really have anything or get interrupted really bad, this card is always live as a Pot of Greed. Unless maybe their end board revolves around something that's not a Winged Beast. In that case, it would just activate it beforehand, you know, which there's no reason not to. But, and you know, if they still have that big monster that's not a Winged Beast monster by the end of your opponent's turn, they probably have game anyway. So it doesn't really matter if they draw a dead copy next turn. These at $10, $11 are very cheap because once people find more decks to play this, it is going to be a 3 of. This will slowly but surely climb to about a $25 card. So getting these at 10s, I would highly recommend getting a place or 2 as fast as possible. Now, the third card that I have for this 5 cards I have from Brothers of Legends is actually number 89, Diabolus the Mind Hacker. Now, if you guys don't know about this card, and I actually thought one of the better reasons to grab it was because it is a championship card, and this is the first printing that players can actually get. So a lot of number hunters are looking for this, a lot of people who want to play this are looking for this, a lot of collectors, etc, etc. But this card is actually really, really good, and I'm going to tell you guys why it's good after I read the effect, because I know you guys are all on a new tab trying to read it. Don't worry, I got you, okay? I know Yu-Gi-Oh players can't read, so that's why you come to my channel. I got you, guys. Just relax. So once per turn, you can detach material from this card, look at your opponent's extra deck, and banish a monster from it face down. Okay, so generic level 7 that could just banish from the extra deck and get all that info. Just looking at it with all that info is insane. Being able to banish one face down as well, already amazing. But that's not what breaks the card, which is, you guys might be thinking, well then what breaks the card? Oh, we'll get to that. At the end of the battle phase, if this card destroys a monster by battle, you can target one card in your opponent's graveyard, banish it face down. That's cute. That's really nice. It's not needed, but it's cute. However, if a card your opponent owns and possesses is banished face down while you control this card, except during the damage step, you can banish cards from the top of your opponent's deck face down equal to their face down banished cards. So, here's the issue with this card, alright? If you guys have read Pot of Desires, it banishes 10. And, you know, let's pretend they just banished 10, right? You make this, right? Cool. Banish another 10 from the top of your deck. Now, imagine they Pot of Desires twice. Which does happen, right? So you're like in the game, like, okay, so they have 20 banished. Okay, make this guy just end the game. Done, right? So you're playing literally a win condition in your extra deck that is based off what pot cards your opponent is playing. Because even if they say play, you know, Pot of Prosperity, Pot of Extra, they banish 6, right? Okay, that's cool. You have to banish 6 from the top of their deck. That's still really, really neat. Especially if they activated 2 pots, then that could be like 12, 9, you know, whatever. You know, if they choose maybe, you know, let's pretend they choose 6 again for Extra, or maybe they choose 3 for Extra or Pot of Extra. Or if you're playing some type of banishing deck that has a lot of cards banished, this is absolutely funny. So this card is very broken for a generic rank 7, and I think a lot of generic rank 7 decks are slowly but surely going to pick up on this card. I think for $7, I would definitely grab a couple copies. Now, for the fourth card to have from the extra deck is, in my opinion, number 4 Stealth Kraken. Now, what does this card do, you might ask? Well, first of all, it's a number card, so collectors are going to want it. And it's only clocking at $2, right? With Diabolos Among Hacker being only 6 or 7 at this point, but it's kind of fluctuating everywhere. So I don't really have a concrete price on that one. But this is $2, and it does take 2 level 4 monsters in order to overlay into it, so that is the one negative part. However, all face-up monsters on the field become water. So what this basically means is you can start using your other cards to like overlay to Bahamut Shark or Totally or whatever, right? But this includes your opponent's monsters. And this is very crucial for the next effect because once per turn during the main phase, as a quick effect, you can destroy a water monster your opponent controls, and if you do damage to your opponent equal to half of the attack it had on the field. So this is a quick effect main phase pop for anything, for one of your opponent's monsters, and it turns all your stuff water that can help with your combos. Already pretty amazing here. But if this XYZ card is destroyed, you can special summon Stealth Kraken spawns from your extra deck up to the number of materials this card had. Then you can attach up to 1 water monster from your graveyard to each of those special summon monsters as a material. Now, what's really, so not only does it just float like absolute nuts, but being able to give the materials from the grave, meaning that whatever you attach from the graveyard, when you detach that, if that gets enough some type of effect, similar to how Sangan used to work back in the day, you're just going off, right? This is a staple for every water deck that can make this, in my opinion. It's another generic interrupt for waters, and I absolutely love to see it. And it's a number card for collectors. $2, this is a great penny stock. And now for the last card I have here, is actually quite generic, but it's still pretty good, is Godarla, the Mystery Dust Kaiju. Now this is a $2 ultra rare, and the reason why you guys should grab this is because it's also an insect, so it helps with Bee Trooper and a lot of other insect decks that are kind of popping up around lately. And for $2 as an ultra, they're using it. It's the higher rarity, so if people don't want the rares, they're gonna get the ultras. And every kaiju comes in and out of the format, in and out of the meta, along with being better in certain decks, right? Godarla's at $2. Normally the rares are like $6, $7, $8. I think ultras can go to $4 to $5, especially over time. So I would grab a couple Godarlas while you can. And if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe. Buying any cards off TCG Player, please use my affiliate link down in the description below. Helps out the channel to no additional cost to you. Consider being a YouTube channel member. All my socials are in the description below. And yeah, Brothers of Legends is literally the most free set for singles ever. I mean, Shooting Star under $1, man. I can't even.